Final test. Final test for September 20th convocation. Audio check for streaming, live and recording. Sure thing. Testing for September 20th convocation, live stream and recording. Patch is through the auditorium mixing desk down to media recording and streaming distribution. Patch is for one microphone, live. Excellent.
one for every seat? Do you want a bottle for every
Yes,
seat?
thank you. Okay, so.
It's live, so we gotta be careful. Peter says live.
I know. Okay, I wanted to put a program. Okay, so you don't need this. Okay, so these are the fake, this is all I wrote. Okay. So the top two. So just hold it like that. It's 25, 25.
But do we have like
I don't have
their
their names
names?
on there, no, because it's for what? I mean, I
It's on
didn't
the
put their
program,
name.
right?
Yeah, no, their names aren't on the program, so I'll tell you. Do you have a pen?
No, I didn't put anything.
Amy, you got a pen on you? A pen? Do you have a pen on you?
Hi, how are you doing? Hi.
Test, Jerry, test for streaming audio quality on the streaming site. Testing to make sure also you do not have any buzz on the line. Thank you.
Put it right here.
Yes. Oh, she gave me a brand new pen, that's right. So, Robin Graff.
She's in career services, is it?
It said counseling and,
Counseling.
she's an adjunct counseling. Robin Graff, and this is, oh God. Just give me a second.
Okay.
His name is Robert Rodriguez. Robert Rodriguez.
Robert Rodriguez.
And,
That's a 25.
I have to pull an email for this. So this is this chancellor
So
stuff.
another sound check.
Sorry.
Good morning, sound check. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Sound check, testing, 1, 2. Testing, testing, 1, 2. Thank you.
The SUNY Chancellor's Awards and medallions are Dr. Miles is presenting those. So
Okay.
when it's time, if you can just bring them up to a level that she can reach.
All right.
There's 5 altogether, yep.
This is foundation?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Is that an okay place to put
Yeah,
them?
that's an okay place to put them. Okay, I had a folder. Speaking here, you can just put it, but if you need. Right, and they wanted me to walk over to those X's if they want to take pictures of everybody.
Oh, okay, so then maybe I will.
And then I'll be your seat.
Okay.
They're sitting here.
They'll be
walk up on the
walk
stage.
up.
Hi.
Excellent, I'm Cornelia.
Nice to meet you, president of the foundation.
Yes,
Nice to meet you.
very happily.
I can just put my note, I can just put my remarks right here, right?
Yeah, that's fine. Or even on the podium, just wherever you want to.
Yeah.
daughter is 17, my son's 14.
I had no idea they could be that old.
Freshman and senior in high school.
That's an exciting time. Yeah, that's great. It goes by fast. It goes by fast. How are you? Good. It's good to see you, Cornelia. I'm well. I'm well. Thanks for joining us. This is a nice day. Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah. It's really exciting. Hello, Dr. Miles.
They tell me I wear this like it's Gucci.
Oh, your bag?
Hi,
I'm Cornelia.
I don't know if I
know
good to
that
see
one.
you again. I think I got an admissions event because it folds pretty flat and it had folders in it, but I'm going to just hide it.
It looks like a nice, like, even beach bag or
Yes,
something,
right.
right? It's a towel and a book.
Dr. Martha, you tell me.
Good morning. I think we're all set to begin. Good morning and welcome to our convocation. I'm glad we could gather today to reconnect, to meet new colleagues, to celebrate faculty accomplishments, and to get inspired for the academic year ahead. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Camille Hamawi, and I'm happy to be serving as the new presiding officer of the Faculty Senate. I teach in psychology. Oh, thank you. I teach psychology in the social sciences department, and I've been at the college here since 2013 for 10 years. And that was before I had all this gray hair. I hope you all had a good summer. I did a lot of different things I haven't done before, so it seemed quite long to me, but it was good. One thing I did was visit colleges with my daughter, who is now a senior at Mamaroneck High School. And she's going to be going through the application process pretty soon. We took road trips together, one to look at colleges in New York, and another to look at colleges in Massachusetts. We listened to a lot of Taylor Swift. In fact, we only listened to Taylor Swift. I would have preferred Beethoven quartets myself, but I have to say I have a newfound appreciation for Taylor, though you're not going to see me wearing any bracelets anytime soon. If you're a Swiftie, you know what I'm talking about. One thing that struck me about these college tours was the very end of each tour when the student tour guide would predictably address the question of what they liked best about the college and why they are happy they chose to go to that college. They all said more or less the same thing. It wasn't the quality of the academics, or the reputation of the college, or the facilities, or the amenities. They all said that what they liked most about the college was the community, the support from faculty who seemed to genuinely care about them, and all the opportunities to make friends with like-minded peers. Community. That's what we're all about. We're a community college, which I think is something to be proud of. I encourage you to reflect upon this as you go about your busy work this academic year. What can we do to foster community at all levels? Student to student, faculty to student, faculty to faculty, and faculty to staff, to student, to members of the administration. I encourage you to take advantage of all the opportunities we have to connect, to read those creative communications and other emails you get daily. Put the events on your calendar and go, and encourage your students to go. By meeting together outside the classroom, outside of our offices, we can together build community and foster our human need for belonging. So thank you again for being here today. And now it's my pleasure to introduce the president of Westchester Community College, Dr. Belinda Miles.
Thank you so much, Professor Hamawi, Dr. Hamawi. And welcome. Good morning to everyone. It's so good to see you here. Thank you so much for joining us for this tradition as we start the new academic year. I'm going to put these on to help me hit the ground running, which is the next line in my presentation here. Thank you so much to Provost Morris and her team, Nikki Rutledge, for putting together today's program, Staff Council President Del Zorro, we call her D, Mabra, and SGA President Lotus Taylor, who joined us also on the platform today with other colleagues. I also thank our trustees in attendance today. Dr. Leroy Mitchell, our board chair, is here. Hi there, Dr. Mitchell. Debbie Reyes is here. The Honorable John Nona, and the Reverend Dr. Gregory Robeson-Smith. We welcome you here with us as we reconvene with our faculty. Thank you for all the work you're doing on behalf of our students in classrooms and through your co-curricular and extracurricular activities. What an exciting week we've had. What an exciting month we're having. Here it's September already. We're moving toward the end of it. We welcome students and colleagues to our main campus and our extension locations, and I'm so excited to see the fill rates on the classrooms. Are you excited to see the students in your classes? It's so good to have them back. Really excited about that. And so glad that they're having a Spirit Day celebrating in blue and gold today. Are you wearing blue and gold out there? Pretty much. Yeah, thank you for wearing your school colors today. Our parking lots are full, the freeway exits are full, and most days the campus is bustling with activity, even on rainy days. When I walked up the hill from the 9/11 ceremony last week, I saw students sitting in the outside my office reading a book under the, what is that thing? Like, it's not quite a gazebo, the patio outside my office. And it was such a beautiful picture. And so I'm glad that our creative communications was able to capture that picture. And so we went out to introduce ourselves to him. And I said, you know, you just look like a great picture. Do you mind if this gentleman from creative communications takes your photograph? He said, you know, I was thinking the same thing, that I make a good picture. And it turns out his name is Romeo something, so he was really ready to pose, and he's now probably an Instagram sensation, thanks to Ed Tatton, so he did give permission for us to post his photograph. So yes, I'm really excited about some of the things that we are starting the year off with. The college was just awarded a $3 million grant by the National Science Foundation to further, yes. They are furthering the National Science Foundation's commitment to enhance the quality of undergraduate STEM education and to increase the recruitment, retention, and graduation rates of students pursuing STEM in Hispanic-serving institutions. There will be a focus on culturally relevant teaching. So we thank our faculty who have been involved in that initiative. We thank Dr. Lori Miller McNeil. How many of you have worked with Dr. Lori Miller McNeil? Right, okay, so we know the power that she has in framing things in a way that the funders get it, and then we get the funding, and then you get to do really cool things in your classrooms and beyond your classrooms, and we get to change our data and our outcomes because of that influx of resources. We also begin the year with a visit from SUNY Chancellor Dr. John King, the former U.S. Secretary of Education. He was on campus to attend our 9/11 memorial and to announce the kickoff of the SUNY Future of Healthcare Worker Task Force, to which I've been named along with several other colleagues, to address the critical shortage of healthcare professionals. One goal is to take concerted steps to ensure the availability of a highly trained, diverse, sustainable healthcare workforce, and SUNY Westchester Community College is a vital pipeline to helping to close that gap. I thank George Contreras and Dr. Latasha Hamlet-Carver for sitting on local boards here in Westchester County that are helping us to do that. So when the notice came through, I said, we're already ready because our folks are really looking at what's happening in this region, which will contribute many of the individuals who will help close that gap. Enrollment, do you think it's up, even, flat? What do you think? Up, even, any even, flat, down? Oh, okay, we have one of those. You know, so it's actually two of the three. It's even at 8,476. It's exactly the same compared to fall 2022, right, Lisa? Okay, Dr. Adams gives us our numbers. However, wait a minute, hold on. However, we have a 5.4 increase in full-time enrollment and a 1.8% increase in FTE. And that's a real game changer for us. That means that more students are building full-time schedules. So I thank the faculty, the deans, Provost Morris, for making adjustments to the schedule so students can build more block schedules that allow them to be here full-time. And that's a concerted effort. That's a huge shift in the way we organize things and managing our spaces. So thank you for that effort. And we have not seen a fall increase in FTE in more than 10 years at this institution. So an FTE growth is very significant for us. Thank you for all of your efforts. Now, over the summer, we had a flurry of activities. We sent a cohort of students to Cambridge for their honors efforts there. It's the first group that has gone since 2019. Our pandemic response team met in advance of the start of the fall semester, and we continue to monitor and ask that all be diligent as we are still addressing COVID, and not only COVID, but also the cold and flu season. So take good care, wash your hands, remember those good practices that we learned, and encourage others to do the same. We welcome more than 1,000 new Vikings to SUNY Westchester for new and transfer student orientation, many of them right in this room. It was wonderful to see these seats filled with new students. And we've been granted a no-cost extension for our relief funds, the Higher Education Emergency Relief Funds, which will allow us to continue many of the purchases and practices and supports for students that the federal government granted to us in what I see as one of the most magnificent investments in U.S. higher education, with pandemic relief dollars that came to us to keep our institutions whole, to make sure that we had the provisions so that we can offer classes safely and be sustainable in offering instruction. Our high school partnerships are growing. We have three additional P-TECH programs. In July, SUNY announced Governor Hochul's $31.5 million funding commitment to New York State Pathways in Technology programs. So we have new programs in Yonkers, Peekskill, and Brewster. So our P-TECH program's now number 6. And there are other pipeline initiatives. We welcomed guests from Metallica Foundation, all within my hands this summer, and they are helping to support students in advanced manufacturing, and it was quite impressive to see the employers here and hear the students talk about their programs and their background. And I will stop there because there's a whole lot more that's coming in the year ahead. But I want to pause for a moment to highlight faculty excellence, because I am pleased to announce the following faculty promotions if you haven't heard. To Assistant Professor, Professor Rashawn Allen and Dr. Julie Linden. To Associate Professor, Professor Alana Benny, Professor Rodina Stevens, and to Full Professor, Dr. Dwight Goodyear and Dr. Rick Highlands. Congratulations to each of you. It's always a pleasure to read through your portfolios. Okay, and the college is approved to offer an opioid overdose prevention program, which consists of brief in-person training, and all attendees receive a free Narcan response kit. Training is provided free of charge to all faculty, staff, students, and community members. This initiative has been spearheaded and will continue to be led by Dean George Contreras. Thank you for bringing this resource. And I know that there's a QR code. Do you have it available? You'll probably show it to people so that they can capture it and figure out how to register. We look forward this year to many new changes as we finish our middle stage self-study. The future at this time is no more certain than it was a year ago. So we are still navigating through flux and change and focusing on the things that we can do, and focusing also on the North Star of our mission, helping students to get into college, through college, finish, and on with their goals beyond our gates. Our new strategic plan will launch. We'll spend some time in an inclusive process internally, taking a look at some of the metrics that we've already achieved. Our grant work has helped us to document several key outcomes, which now serve as a new launching pad for the future, for where we might end up, let's say by 2030, if we're kind of looking toward roundish years, or 2029, which will close out the decade. And I know that you've been doing lots of work on new academic programming already, building partnerships, looking at new revenue streams. So we'll document what our objectives are in each of those areas. And our Board of Trustees is having a retreat also today so that we can look at some of those goals as well. I look forward to seeing many of you in November at the Foundation Gala. It's hard to believe that I will be beginning my 10th year in 2024, so I look forward to celebrating with you in November 8th at Tappan Hill in Tarrytown. And always remember that we're Viking strong and well prepared to fulfill our mission and do all we can to help students fulfill and achieve their academic goals. Thank you so much for all of your work, and have a great semester. And I am going to invite to the podium Dr. Vanessa Morris, our Provost and VP for Academic Affairs. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. It's great to see you all here and to see folks who are online joining us. So, Convocation 2023. I'd like to start out by welcoming Camille to his new role. I look forward to working with Camille in this capacity, and we've worked in a number of different capacities over the last 6 years, so I see this as the next iteration. I guess we're going to be going through senior year of our kids in parallel, because my son is also a senior, and unlike Camille, I get to drive around listening to Beethoven, so my son wants to be a cellist, and so this is a whole new adventure for me. A little different from my last one that wanted to be a math major, so we're kind of, and listened to rap with words that made me turn red in the car. So anyway, it's fun, and it does actually, I think, help when you go visit colleges to see what other people are doing and how they're saying and presenting themselves, so I've enjoyed that. I also, at the end of last year, I had to run out of Senate, and I didn't get a chance to thank Chad Thompson for his service. So I was greatly appreciative to Chad for everything he did over the course of the 4 years that he served as the presiding officer of the Senate. He met with me, every other week, diligently working together on charges and all of the work of the Senate. And so I'm very grateful for that opportunity to work with him. And now I'm again working with him in a different capacity as he's co-chairing the self-study. So we're just moving around into different roles, but I think that's really a testament to the commitment of our faculty to being part of the management and administration of the college and making everything work and run. And that's, in my role, that's so important to me because I see us here, we're all here for the same purpose, which is as academic leaders and teachers and wanting to see people learn. So that partnership is really critical. Enrollment growth, Dr. Miles hit some of the points that I had listed, the eerily similar head count of today, which is like the same to the number, but FTE up, and that really is a credit to you all for your flexibility in helping us adjust the schedule and your support in that. We added 1,798 seats. I'm sorry, I like numbers a little bit, but so just under 1,800 seats were added this year, which is really what has contributed to the FTE. You probably noticed more students in your classrooms. The average class size has increased from 18 to 19. That's not exactly the class size that you would see in iPads, but that's just using the SOC. But that's a really significant change. We've increased the fill rate from 77% to 82%, which is back to kind of close to normal, I would say, for a community college. 77% was really on the low side. And we've, of course, seen our in-person seats increase quite a lot. A big part of this is a shift from part-time to full-time, which is great. We know that attending full-time is good for the success of our students and will increase success overall. So, this time a year ago, we were focusing really on those incoming students and trying to prepare them to be here at the college in person, full-time, and I think we're seeing the results of that. We're seeing students around, on campus, in the library, in the student center, and so forth. So that's great to see. I thought I would also point out where some of those increases in seats are, just so that you have a sense of where the dynamics are. We've seen some decreases in the size of some of our programs over the past couple of years. But so I kind of went with categories here. The first category is called WOW, okay? So the WOW category was our CIS and marketing classes. We increased our seats, CIS increased seats by 205 seats and added 10 sections. That's insane, that's really amazing. And marketing increased by 103 seats. It's a smaller number of seats overall, 4 sections, but still, that's a really dramatic increase. So congratulations to both of those programs and to the chairs and the faculty, everyone who was involved in making that happen. That's not easy to add that many sections. So my second category is called super impressive. Not to get too technical on you, but So in this category, we have mechanical technology and electrical technology, both of which added sort of 30, 40 seats, which for small programs is quite a lot. Health information technology has been growing a lot also. Human services is another one that has also grown. So congratulations to those programs. Now I have another category, which is called the impact of DEISJ. Because last year, and the last sort of year and a half, we've been going through a ton of work trying to revise our curriculum to meet the SUNY requirements. And so we have seen significant growth in the order of 100 seats or so in both anthropology and sociology, which is great to see, and congratulations to those faculty as well. And my final category is the grit category. Maybe those of you who are in that category know who you are. Addiction counseling, which has a new curriculum chair, Majesty Perkins, increased by 35 seats, which doesn't sound like a whole lot, but that's over 100% increase from last year. So congratulations to them for reestablishing that. Also, our fashion program is really growing. They've moved over their lab over to Yonkers, and that's looking really great, and there's a lot of energy around the students there. 34 seats. It's not a huge number, 2 sections, but it's a big number for them. So that's about a 23% increase in their capacity also. Health and human performance also is way up. Dance, who knew? Alexis, where are you? Alexis makes my grit list. 53% increase in dance seats, so good job with that. And then hospitality and culinary arts is also up. So I mentioned these, first of all, to celebrate just the hard work of our faculty, but also to recognize that a curriculum shifts over time, and we've been through this huge kind of traumatic change with the pandemic and students just moving around all over the place in terms of what they're taking. Some programs are down, others are up. Sometimes there's a policy shift that impacts it, like the SUNY requirements. Sometimes it's to do with advising in terms of where our health students go. So there's a lot going on. And so I just really encourage you to keep your ear close to the ground. Work with your deans. It's important to the college, it's important to our vitality over time, and it's really important to our students that we respond to their demands and we're able to meet them where they are. So other topics, because I'm going to use up way more than my time here. First year seminar offers 43 sections this fall, 736 students. So that is really impressive. Last year was 37 sections, 621 students. So this has just been a kind of exponential growth. I mention it for a couple of reasons. One is I'd like to welcome Heidi Bias, is going to be our director for first year seminar for the faculty end of it. She was appointed last summer after a search. And then the second thing that I'd like to mention is just that it is on the list of charges for the Senate. So we're going to have some debate and discussion internally at the college as to how we progress with this course. We've got a lot of students enrolled. We have, I think I counted 24 different faculty teaching it. And so it really has developed in an amazing way. Congratulations also to Michelle Campagna and everyone who is involved in developing that course. Middle State Self-Study, we're plugging along, and so stay tuned for events and information. We're in this phase of things where we share the drafts and information with you for your review. We do have our first visit on November 27th from the chair of the Self-Study, Guy Generals. That's all public information, I believe. And also, it's too late if it's not. The visit is scheduled for March 24th through 27th, so mark your calendars on that. We've had quite a ride with the grants and everything happening there. Dr. Miles touched on a few important points. Title V is nearing its end, although we did get a 1-year no-cost extension on that, actually a 6-month no-cost extension on that, which is nice. We're close to spending it down. We're hoping to get a new one, which would be fantastic and allow us to kind of morph into some new activities there. Also, I think interesting and important is the direction that we've been able to go in terms of trying to build up our applied learning and experiential learning at the college. And so SUNY has awarded us a $314,000 grant over 3 years to build up internships and apprenticeships at the college. And so I think that's really exciting because it goes hand in hand with some changes we made in Perkins, where we tried to introduce an internship coordinator, part-time position to help manage some of the behind-the-scenes work and offload that from faculty to make it possible for us to increase the number of internships at the college. So if your program is involved in internships or you think it should be, I'd love to see it in the liberal arts as well as in some of our career programs. And so let's think together about how we can increase those options for students and really build that capacity. And as Dr. Miles mentioned, we've also been doing quite a lot around culturally responsive instruction. 2 faculty, Juan Rodriguez in the cybersecurity program and Sarah Belknap, math faculty, have been working really hard on this grant. We've actually had a grant for 2 years already. About 20 WCC faculty have been involved in workshops around culturally responsive instruction. We're going to take that to the New York community colleges, both around us, the SUNYs, and then in the CUNY system. So that's pretty exciting work, and we're getting recognition for what we're doing, which is very important. So thank you to those faculty. Thank you also to Lori for her amazing grant writing skills. All right, my final category here is in the works. So what do we have in the works? We're going to be doing a lot of faculty hiring this year. Those increases I just talked about have to be met with faculty in classrooms. So we have 10 approved searches already. I'm expecting close to another 10 more. Most of you will probably have to serve on a search committee at some time. So that's, I think we're looking at over 20, potentially over 20 new full-time faculty this time next year. Prior learning assessment is something we really need to look into, and so I'm working with Camille, or Camille's working with me. We're trying to put together a committee to look at that and study it and try to figure out how we proceed here. We do have some credit for prior learning here, but there's some elements of it that we're missing and could develop, and I think would be beneficial both to our students and to our programs. I'm also working with the Center for Teaching and Learning, and we're in the process of we have identified a new co-director, but there's also going to be some changes in terms of introducing fellows there. So on that, I'm just going to say more to come because I'm still working out the details. We have a lot of new lab spaces underway, and so our cybersecurity lab will be going, I guess there's a ribbon cutting in just a week or so, I want to say. I should look at Carmen wherever she is. So, oh, there you are. All right. I knew she was here somewhere, so so congratulations to Dean Martinez-Lopez on that. But we also have other lab spaces coming online. Our communications department has been working diligently on improving the space that's probably somewhere underneath us here. Where is it? There, which has to do with media production. We're working on a nursing sim lab, which will be in the science building. That's going to be amazing, like 8 hospital beds, I think, right? And so that's going to just be wonderful for our students in all of our health sciences programs to be able to experience firsthand what it's like to work with a patient. And then we're also working on a proposal for North 80, which is an area close to here, which will be around biotechnology, maybe medical lab technicians. So some things coming there. And that's about it. We're also, Dean Contreras has been working hard on a newsletter. So we're going to have a newsletter in academic affairs. So whatever I didn't get to here will show up in that newsletter. And lastly, I think last year I gave a book recommendation, and a few people got back to me, and I don't know if you read the book. But the favorite book I read this summer, which I thought was so interesting, was Clara and the Sun by Kazu Ishiguro, published in 2021. And it's about AI and what it's, the experience of an AF who is a robot living in someone's household. And it's a fascinating read, especially when you pair it with everything that's happening around us. And I think what we're all going to be seeing happening with AI. So I highly recommend it. It's super easy read. Listen to it in your car like I do. Has anyone read that, Clara and the Sun? Good. Do you recommend it too, or yes? Thumbs up. Well, it's fascinating, right? It is. Yeah, it's a really fascinating book. I think it's also going to be made into something you can watch. So anyway, have a great morning, and thank you all.
Good morning, everybody. Good morning. The President, the Provost, the Cabinet, say hi. Welcome to a new semester. As some of you know, and a lot of you don't, who's new, I'm Del Sora, but I go by D because it's easier to say, and I hate for you all to sit up here and try to figure it out, so just say, hey, D. It's wonderful to see everyone here. I am the Staff Council President, so all new staff, please come to our meetings. We have our first one this Thursday. It will be held in the Foundation Boardroom at, what time again, Nikki? Is it 11, 12? 12 o'clock. So if you haven't been, please come. We talk to you about, we get nice people to come in and talk to us to help us out with different things and stuff. So we're here to collaborate with the teachers, to support the teachers, because the whole thing is that we want to make sure, as y'all do your job for the students, that we are also doing our jobs for the students so they could continue to get the education that they need and go to their next step that they will want to go into their education. So welcome. Let's have a great semester. And I can honestly say it's wonderful to turn around and look out my window and see all the students walking on campus. Because before it was just like, you look and you be like, I don't see nobody. Where everybody at? But now you get to see, it's like they just coming out in globs, and it's beautiful, beautiful sight to see. So welcome. Let's have a great semester. And if you need any help from any of us, I'm in Science Building, room 252. Linda's in the classroom building. Nikki's is in Harvard Hall. So we are your members of the Staff Council. Naomi's here, but she's on leave. So we have Lena Rizzi from Physical Plant that is taking over for her. So if you need anything, you can email any of us, and we will do our best to help you out with whatever you may need, okay? Welcome and have a great semester.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. It's so good to see you guys. For those of you I haven't met, my name is Lotus Taylor, and I am the Student Government Association President for the 2023-2024 school year. That's fun and exciting. I'm honored to be here today among new and returning faculty and staff. You guys are great. I'm extremely excited for this school year and everything that it's going to bring. To introduce our new members of the faculty and staff to WCC, I'd love to talk about what WCC has meant to me and to many students like myself. WCC, first and foremost, represents a fresh start. Lots of students are arriving here, whether they're fresh out of high school, returning to their education, or simply pursuing more educational prowess. They're here for a fresh start. For all faculty and staff, you're a part of that fresh start. For our new faculty and staff, it's your fresh start. Take advantage of this new opportunity, this new environment, and enjoy yourself. Maybe get involved in a club as an advisor, attend events, and be present and a part of our vibrant community here. For returning faculty and staff, continue to partner with our student body to help make WCC a better place. On behalf of the SGA, we would like you all to know that we are here for you and here to work together to provide the best experience possible for our students. We also know that student experiences at WCC are very connected to their classroom experience. You have a privilege to teach and educate these students on their different passions and needs and make sure we all leave here knowing what we want to do. Thank you for the work you have done and the work you will continue to do for all of our students. Unfortunately, I'm unable to stay with you guys because it's Blue and Gold Day, and that's SGA's big school spirit event, but it was very nice to see you all, and thank you for having me.
Good morning. It is an honor, and I thank Dr. Miles, faculty, staff, the foundation members for the opportunity to present these awards today. Since 1999, the foundation has recognized more than 86 faculty members with excellence awards. Today, we'll together add 2 more to that list. First, let me thank all of our faculty for their tremendous commitment to the college and its students. You are a critical link to student success, and we salute you all. Each of our award winners will receive a certificate with more accomplishments than we can possibly mention, so let me share some highlights. To receive the Excellence in Service Award, I'd like to recognize Dr. Heather Ostman. Where are you? Put your hand up. Dr. Ostman began her career at WCC in 2008 and has established herself as an exceptional professor in the English department. Dr. Ostman received her BA in Literature from SUNY Purchase College, her Master's in English from CUNY Lehman College, and her PhD in English from Fordham University. Throughout her career, Dr. Ostman has consistently provided valuable support and service to WCC community and beyond. Her service is a story of leadership with compassion and innovation. Dr. Ostman began as a faculty leader has been a faculty leader in many roles. She has served as acting chair and assistant chair of the English department. She volunteered to serve as the curriculum chair of the Liberal Arts and Sciences Humanities program. Dr. Ostman served as presiding officer of the Faculty Senate and as the Faculty Senate Vice President. She has received her service on numerous committees, including the Development Studies Advisory Board, the Senate Curriculum Committee, and the Senate General Education Committee. She has also served on the Faculty Student Association Board and has a long history of working on WCC's Middle States self-study reviews. The college administration recognizes Dr. Ostman's skillful leadership and wide-ranging expertise as evidenced by her being called twice to serve as Interim Assistant Dean of Academic Affairs. In 2012, Dr. Ostman founded the WCC Humanities Institute and soon became its sole director. In a time when others report the decline of humanities, Dr. Ostman provides our faculty and students with multiple engaging, thought-provoking, and instructive lectures and workshops every semester, and she has secured writer-in-residence programs to support and guide the writing interests of students and faculty alike. Dr. Ostman's impressive record of service expands beyond the college. She is the founder and president of the Kate Chopin International Society and provides annual panels at the American Lecture Association Conference. Dr. Ostman is a valued citizen of the college, giving and serving in many ways. The Westchester Community College Foundation is proud to recognize Dr. Heather Ostman with a 2023 Faculty Excellence Award for Service. Dr. Ostman, would you like to make a few remarks?
I feel like I want to say first that I'm Heather Ostman, and I have tickets to the Taylor Swift movie on October 15th. So I'm qualified to be here at least. But thank you so much to the foundation. Thank you to the administration and to the staff, and certainly to the faculty for the opportunities to be of service. I don't know if you're allowed to dedicate an award to anybody, but I dedicate mine to the memory of Carol Passarello.
because she embodied love and service, and I try to live by those principles, and so that I can just be present to what is in front of me. But what's hilarious about it is, like, so are all of you, right? I mean, look around the room, and you're all doing the work. You're always saying yes for its own sake, and I just thank you for the opportunity to work with all of you. Thanks, and thank you very much. Wait, Dr.
And now for the Excellence in Teaching Award, I would like to recognize Dr. Elizabeth A. Miller. Dr. Miller has been part of the sociology department since 2014 and has established herself as an impactful teacher. She holds a BA in sociology from the University of Massachusetts Amherst, Master's in Sociology, CUNY Queens College, Master's in Philosophy Sociology, CUNY Graduate Center, and as well a PhD in Sociology from CUNY Graduate Center. Dr. Miller's main goal when teaching sociology is to make the material in class applicable to her students' everyday lives and their career paths. She does this by encouraging students to develop their sociological imaginations. She believes it is vitally important for her students to have a critical understanding of how the world works. Regardless of their path or goals in life, students benefit from being able to understand and appreciate how their own lives, as well as those of others, are influenced by societal structures. Dr. Miller is the co-director of the Catherine W. Davis Global Community Scholars Program, a year-long scholarship program where she meets with award recipients weekly as a group. Under her guidance and that of her co-director, students develop community service project ideas, write a proposal, a mission statement, and ultimately design and implement the project. She has also served as a Wallach Scholarship Mentor and has participated in the Connections program, which offers WC students the opportunity to develop a relationship with a faculty member who can become a role model and advocate for the student by offering support and counsel. Dr. Miller has given several conference presentations and published many articles. She is the co-organizer and co-facilitator of the Teaching and Learning Brown Bag Lunch series at WCC since 2015. The Brown Bag Lunch series aims to bring faculty and administrators together to discuss questions related to pedagogy, enhancing students' educational experiences, and other relevant topics for the purpose of constantly working on improving their teaching. In recognition of her demonstrated excellence in teaching, the Westchester Community College Foundation would like to recognize Dr. Elizabeth Miller with the 2023 Faculty Excellence Award for Teaching. Dr. Miller.
Good morning, everyone. I'm grateful to be recognized by the Westchester Community College Foundation Board with this award, and I first want to thank them for this honor. Thank you. In sociology, we teach our students to develop their sociological imagination. What this is it's a nuanced and critical way of seeing and understanding the world, taking into account the outside social structures and forces that shape our decisions, social lives, and trajectories. When I was in college, I found sociology, and it was a perfect fit. I majored in it, but didn't think much about what I would do with the degree. Instead, I decided I would earn a PhD just for the fun of getting a terminal degree, not an endeavor I'd recommend to anybody now. But anyway, during that long process, I taught so I could pay my bills. And it was then that I realized that teaching is really what I wanted to do. So I went on the job market. I applied exclusively to community colleges. On the surface, my life path looks like it's the result of my own goals, decisions, and merit. But when I use my sociological imagination, I can see that there is a lightly outlined path that I followed that got me here. I grew up in a college town, and all of the respected people in my community worked for one of the 5 colleges in the area. This decision that I made to go into academia was actually a seed planted in my mind by my social environment. Subconsciously, I registered that college teaching was something accessible to me. My journey might also be mistaken as having been a solo one, but again, using my sociological imagination, I can see that there are myriad people who helped get me here, both prior to coming to WCC and since I arrived nearly a decade ago. I'm grateful to Joe Stokes and everyone in my current and former departments, since social sciences used to be lumped with history and criminal justice and so on, for being so supportive of me, especially when I was junior faculty. Simple teaching tips like those I got from participating in Gary Klein's NPOP program, or when Michael Hackett showed me how to mute the projector after watching me teach a whole class with it on, helped me hone and continually improve my teaching. Finally, I'm particularly grateful to my students. Seeing them develop their own sociological imaginations over the course of 15 weeks is hands down the most rewarding part of my job. I look forward to going to class to hear how they apply their own sociological imaginations to current events, readings that I assign, and their own lived experiences. I'm a firm believer that learning is a collective process, and I learn just as much from my students, and they from each other, as they learn from me. I'm fortunate to be able to do professionally what I love, and even more so to teach our students here at WCC. So thank you again to the Foundation Board, and thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And now it is my privilege to present our new Endowed Faculty Chair holder for 2023. The Endowed Faculty Chair program was established at Westchester Community College also in 1990. The goal of the program is to recognize the ongoing contributions and excellence in individual WCC faculty members and to provide funds for their own professional development and that of their respective departments. There are currently 39 endowed faculty chairs at WCC, which is extraordinary for a community college. They are supported by generous donors. Today, I'm pleased to recognize our new endowed faculty chair holder, Kelsey Johnson. Where are you? Kelsey. Kelsey has been named the Virginia and Leonard Marks Chair for Child Development. Congratulations on this new faculty chair, and my thanks again to all of our dedicated and talented faculty members. Thank you. She's not here, so we'll hang on to this. Yeah, we'll just hang on to it.
And now, if you've been here for a while at WCC, you know that some people stay here a very long time, right? 25 years, 30, 40, 50. So now we'd like to recognize 3 individuals who have been here for 2 for 25 years and 1 for 50 years. So I'd like to invite to the stage here Robin Graff. She's been here for 25 years as the coordinator of transfer services. And next we have Richard Rodriguez, who has been a member of the English department for 25 years. If Richard is here, I'd like to welcome you to the stage. And our last award is for Marilee Silverman. Marilee recently retired, but she was a member of the English department for 50 years. And now I'd like to invite Dr. Miles back to the podium to present the SUNY Chancellor's Awards.
Thank you, Professor Hamawi, and congratulations to all of our award winners. It's so wonderful to hear about your backgrounds and to congratulate you for your achievements. It's my pleasure now to announce several award winners, 5 of them, that SUNY recognizes in various categories as they look across the system, the 64 colleges, for examples of excellence that can become role models for their peers and others on campus. And we begin with the Award for Excellence in Classified Service, which is given to Naomi Dogani. And I think I have the awards. I told them I wasn't doing my squats this summer, but so thank you, Camille. Too much information, right? Please come forward, Naomi. Thank you. For excellence in teaching, Patrick Barrett. And for excellence in faculty service, George Kedeku. For excellence in scholarship and creative activities, Maria Stalias Mancicos. And last but not least, by any stretch of imagination, Professor John Watkins for excellence in faculty service.
Congratulations to all our award winners. And now it's the time of the program to welcome our new colleagues to the college. I'd like to invite Dr. Morris up here from Academic Affairs to introduce the new personnel.
Okay, I'm going to start with new deans. I'm actually going to start with two that started last year because we had people, one did not hear her own announcement but heard it through somebody else, and the other was here but was not officially working yet. So, not to complicate it, but I will begin with Abby Morrison, who joined us last September in the role of Assistant Dean for Curriculum and Academic Programs. Abby came to us from CUNY School of Professional Studies. She holds a Master's of Science in Social Work with a concentration in Policy Studies from Columbia University. Dean George Contreras joined us in October 2022 in the role of Dean for the School of Health Careers, Technology, and Applied Learning. George came to us from New York Medical College as Assistant Director at the Center for Disaster Medicine and holds a PhD in Health and Policy Management. That's a master's, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, next up, Dean Kalpna Jain. Joined us in August in the role of Dean for the School of Math, Science, and Engineering. Dr. Jain came to us from Atlantic Cape Community College and holds a PhD in electronics. Robert Mangione, our newest dean, has been here 2 days in the role of the Dean for the School of Arts, Humanities, and Social Sciences. Robert came to us from Stony Brook University and holds an EDD in Instructional Leadership and Higher Ed Administration. So welcome, new deans. Among the faculty, David Peterson joined us in September 2022 in the role of instructor for the Criminal Justice and Paralegal Program. David came to us from Danbury Federal Correctional Institution as the Employee Development Manager and holds an EDD in Adult Education. Welcome, David. Sherry Jimenez joined us in September 2022 in the role of instructor for the Health Information Technology Program. Sherry was hired as an adjunct in 2009 and holds a master's degree in Health Information Management and Information Technology Leadership. Welcome, Sherry. Carrie Tucker joined us in January in the role of instructor for the Veterinary Technology Program. Carrie was hired as an adjunct for the Veterinary Department in 2020 and is currently pursuing a master's degree in adult education. Welcome, Carrie. Sarah Fozard joined us in January in the role of instructor for the Radiologic Technology Program. Sarah was hired as an adjunct for the Radiologic Department in 2019 and holds a master's degree in Health Education and Promotion. Welcome, Sarah. And finally, Haley Shettles joined us in May in the role of Academic Support Center Writing Coordinator. Haley came to us from Manhattanville College and holds a master's degree in Curriculum and Instruction. Welcome, Haley. Is Haley here? There's Haley. You don't often get to meet Haley because she's busy in the Writing Center, but I hope that people are connecting with the Writing Center and getting students in there. So on to our welcoming our new staff. Cynthia Pisani-Katz, Cindy, joined Academic Affairs in September 2022 as the Secretary for the School of Mathematics, Science, and Engineering. Cindy previously held a position in the Disability Service Office. Welcome, Cindy, to your role. David Powell joined us in May in the role of Lead Technical Assistant for the AAB Theater. David's probably up there somewhere. There he is. Hi, David. David came to us from Ridgewood High School as Technical Director and Theater Foreman for the Juilliard School. He holds a bachelor's in Fine Arts and Technical Production and Design. Heather Sorensen joined us this September in the role of Senior Technical Assistant for the Veterinary Technology Program. Welcome all Academic Affairs hires. Next, Dr. Belinda Miles will announce the hires for administrative services.
Thank you, Dr. Morris. And no, I am not the new CFO. Mr. Murphy is on leave at this time, so it's my honor to introduce his new colleagues in his unit, beginning with financial operations, and Stacia Green. And if you're here, please stand so that we can see who you are. And if you want to remain standing while I talk about you, that's fine. But we'll say Stacia joined fiscal operations in January of 2023 in the role of senior cashier. She came to us from Westchester Medical Center, where she worked in the patient access department. She holds a diploma in medical billing and coding and plans to continue her studies in obtaining an accounting degree. Welcome, Stacia. Susan Quack joined fiscal operations in June 2023 in the role of accounting control specialist. She came to us from Cobrand Corporation, where she worked in the accounting department. Susan holds a baccalaureate of science degree in accounting. Marcel Meredith joined fiscal operations. Stand up, hello. In November of 2022, in the role of Budget Specialist 3, Marcel has a strong financial background and previously held positions at UBS AG as an operational risk controller and at Fidelity Investments as a senior director. Marcel holds a Master's of Business Administration degree in finance from New York University's Leonard Stern School of Business and a Baccalaureate of Business Administration degree in public accounting from Baruch College. Welcome. And in our Human Resources Department, Keanu Gouveia joined HR this past September in the role of Personnel Clerk. Keanu holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Business from the University of Albany. Love those SUNY grads. Okay, in the Physical Plant Department, we have Gerard Corporal, who joined Physical Plant as a senior maintenance mechanic, which is in stone masonry, in October of 2022. He holds a BA in sociology from SUNY New Paltz. Miguel Flashman joined Physical Plant as a senior maintenance mechanic 1 in repair in October 2022. And if you're noticing how beautiful the campus looks, please let the folks from Physical Plant know how much you appreciate what they're doing to make our space attractive for students and for us. And lastly, Diego Gonzalez joined Physical Plant as a maintenance mechanic 1 in utility in June of 2023. Hi, welcome. And we also congratulate the following individual on a new role within the Physical Plant Department. Jamie Fialdale joined Physical Plant as a senior maintenance mechanic 1 in grounds in March of 2023, having previously held the position of MTCE mechanic grounds. So congratulations on moving along in that unit. And in the purchasing department, Brandon Couvertier joined us in June of 2023 in the role of purchasing assistant. Brandon came to the college from Open Gate and holds a Bachelor of Science degree in business management. Welcome. We also congratulate the following individual on her new role, Versella Morgan, who was promoted to buyer in purchasing in November of 2022. Versella joined WCC in 2007. Her prior role was staff assistant in purchasing, and she holds an AAS in applied science. Welcome and congratulations to all of our new colleagues.
Always have to bring this down. Hi, I'm Dolores Swearing-Yao. I'm the Executive Director of the Westchester Community College Foundation and the VP for External Affairs. And I am delighted to introduce and welcome Jennifer Aponte Paez, who joined us in January of 2023 in the role of Scholarship Administrator. Jenny was most recently at SUNY Dutchess Community College, where she served as Title III Program Coordinator and Academic Coach. She holds a Master of Arts in Sociology degree from City College and a Bachelor of Arts from Hunter College. Welcome, Jenny. And now I'd like to introduce Tony Scordino, VP of Information Technology. Thank you.
Thank you, Dolores. Information Technology Division has one new employee. Many of you may already know him as he works the afternoon and evening help desk. Chuni, if you're here, please stand up. Chuni Shripwana joined Information Technology in November of 2022 in the role of a Workstation Engineer 1. Chuni comes to us from Southern Westchester BOCES. He holds a Bachelor of Science in Computer Information Systems from Lehman College. Chuni, you here? If not, well, thank you. And now I invite Dr. Miles back to the podium.
Okay, I didn't do the squats this summer, but I'm getting to do a lot of standing and okay, too much information, back to that again. I have the pleasure of introducing new members of the team that reports directly to the President's office. In this case, our Vice President and Dean of Student Affairs, Dante Cantu, who many of you have met already. He joined the SUNY WCC community this February, and he came to us from SUNY New Paltz, where he served as the Executive Director of Academic Advising and Student Success, and he's already been quite busy around campus engaging with faculty, administrators, students, and staff to learn about the SUNY Westchester community, and he looks forward to supporting the Student Affairs vision in advancing programs and services housed within that division. Where, Dante, stand up. Let them see you. Dante Cantu. And Janair Kaldemir joined IR, our Institutional Research Planning and Effectiveness Unit, as data scientist last May. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Computer Education and Educational Technology and came to SUNY WCC from the food seller market, where he worked as a data scientist. We welcome you to the college. Okay, now I turn it back over to Dante Cantu. Okay. Thank you.
Happy New Year, everybody. Buenos dias. Welcome, everyone. I have to say, it's great to see everybody in person, and welcome back. I feel like I have met so many of you, and to those who have yet to meet, I can't wait for that. I have to say thank you once again for the warm welcome that you've all extended me. I really appreciate that. I'll say that, you know, as a first-generation college student, as someone, my parents come from Mexico, and for my mother, she was unable to go to college, and she encouraged me to take a couple classes at the local community college, and that's where my journey began. So I'm very grateful to my mom for encouraging me to pursue higher ed. Gone through the California Community College system, and a graduate of University of California. So when I walk around campus, this opportunity to support, to serve, and to lead an amazing group of individuals in the Student Affairs Division, many of whom are here today, who worked so hard this summer in onboarding our new students and really helping us reach new targets and helping us move in a new direction. I'm so grateful for them. Our counseling team is out there. No one worked harder than them this summer. Our enrollment management and of course our student life and providing an engaging set of programs. So I want to introduce, or actually highlight, some of our new hires, our new promotions. So in terms of enrollment management, we have Hannah Johnson, who joined us in November in the role of an office assistant. She came to us from admissions office at SUNY Orange and holds a bachelor's degree in sociology. I don't expect that she's here. She's working on a presentation for the Board of Trustees meeting soon. But if you're here, Hannah, but let's congratulate Hannah. Thank you. Some of you may have the honor of meeting Shelley Connor. She joined us in March in the role of eligibility clerk in financial aid. She previously worked as a seasonal temp employee in that office and holds a bachelor's degree in education studies. So welcome, Shelley. Kim Piven joined us in July in the role of registration clerk. She came to us from the New Rochelle Humane Society, working as a cat caretaker, and holds a bachelor's degree in anthropology. Welcome, Kim. This name may sound familiar. Chris Westby joined us in April as the AVP and Dean of Enrollment Management. Thank God for Chris, everyone. Chris was promoted from the role of registrar and holds an MBA in Banking and Finance. Welcome, Chris, your promotion. A real special hire, I don't know if she's still here, I saw her earlier. In our student success area, the TRIO program, as many of you are aware, really speaks to the core mission of this institution. It's a very important program for so many of our students, for the institution. We want to welcome Paola Liriano. She joined us in August as a new TRIO director. Paola comes to us from the College Now office at Bronx Community College. She holds a master's degree in higher ed administration, and she's bilingual. She speaks English and Spanish. Paola, you still here? Welcome, Paola, everyone. A lot of activity, a lot of excitement in student life. Sofia Pinheiro has been promoted to Associate Director of Student Support Services, having previously served as the Assistant Director of that office for 6 years. She oversees the day-to-day operations of all SUNY WCC's resource insecurity initiatives, helping students acquire necessary food, housing, legal, health, and other basic need resources that they need to support themselves and their families. She holds a bachelor's in anthropology from SUNY New Paltz, and she'll be earning a master's of science in human services in this spring, 2024. She's bilingual in English and Albanian. Welcome, Sophia. Also coming out of Student Support Services, we're pleased to announce that Travis Melby has been promoted to the role of Assistant Director. Travis previously served as a Coordinator of Student Support Services. He'll continue his work with supporting our student veterans and students who are active in the armed services. He will have an expanded emphasis on student veteran recruitment and onboarding. Travis is a proud alum of SUNY WCC and just earned his Master of Science in Business Marketing from Manhattanville College. Welcome, Travis. We're pleased to announce that Valeska Marmolejos has been hired as a full-time counselor in mental health and counseling services. Valeska is a licensed master social worker who's been with SUNY WCC since 2019 as an adjunct mental health counselor. In 2010, Valeska graduated from Fordham University School of Social Services with her Master in Social Work. She specializes in treating issues related to grief or loss, developing healthy relationships, and helping students develop coping strategies to manage persistent mental health issues. She's trilingual, and she can speak English, Spanish, and American Sign Language. Welcome, Valeska. And I was so impressed by this individual on my campus visit this past December and how she facilitated a session with our students. We're pleased to congratulate Jessie Puerta, formerly Jessica Gramajo, who's been promoted to Associate Director of Student Involvement. Jessie formerly served as the Assistant Director of Student Involvement for 4 years prior to accepting this new role. Jessie will be taking on new responsibilities around new and transfer student orientation, commencement, and service learning programs, including our alternative spring break. She's a proud alum, as many of you know, of SUNY Westchester Community College and has earned a Master of Arts in Higher Ed and Student Affairs at the University of Connecticut. She's bilingual and can speak English and Spanish. Thank you so much. Now welcome our Vice President, Terry Weisel.
Good afternoon, everyone. Before I introduce some new members, I would like to just recognize Kelsey Johnson, who received the Endowed Chair in Early Childhood Development. She couldn't be here today. I'm looking at Mary Lou here in the front, and Kelsey really epitomizes what we do every day, what you as faculty do every day. She started here as a student in our early childhood program. She was the assistant teacher when my now 30, 25, and 23-year-old daughters were at the Children's Center, and moved up through the ranks to assistant director and became the director of the Children's Center last August. If you haven't been to our Children's Center and you need a lift at any given time during your day, I encourage you to reach out to Kelsey and drop by, where our youngest Vikings are learning and growing every day. So thank you, Mary Lou, and thank you to the Early Childhood Development team. I'm excited to introduce some folks in workforce development and community ed who have been promoted into new roles or are joining us for the first time at Westchester. I'll start with Dr. Latasha Hamlet Carver. Latasha was promoted to Assistant Dean for Workforce Development in May of this year. Prior to that, Latasha served as our division coordinator since February of 2020. Dr. Hamlet Carver holds a bachelor's and a master's of arts from the College of New Rochelle in Communication Study and a doctorate in executive leadership from St. John Fisher College. Jamila Espinal, if she's, hi Jamila. We welcome Jamila. She joined us last October in the role of program administrator for our Job Star program, a partnership with the Department of Social Services. Jamila came to us from the Westchester Department of Social Services and holds a master's degree in social work. Stephanie Roth joins our workforce team. Stephanie was promoted to the role of Senior Technical Assistant for the Professional Development Center and our workforce development activities. Prior to this, she was an office assistant in the division. Stephanie is currently a proud student of our cybersecurity AAS program, and you have a winner, Professor Watkins and Stephanie. At our Yonkers Extension Center, I'd like to introduce Kathy Graff in a new role. She began her position last October of 2022 as a program administrator for the Yonkers Learning Commons. Kathy began at SUNY WCC in 2009, first as an adjunct in our English Language Institute, before her role as an ELI program specialist for the ELI. She holds a Master's of Fine Arts in English Creative Writing from CUNY Brooklyn College and a Master's of Arts in Learning and Emerging Technologies from SUNY Empire State University. She also has her certificate in teaching English to speakers of other languages from SUNY Westchester. In our community ed department, we have 2 new members. I don't believe they're here with us, but if they are, please stand. Montea McDaniel started in August as an office assistant in community education. Montea worked for Montefiore Health System in their IT department as an office administrator, facilities assistant. She has a BA from The Ohio State University and a paralegal certificate from Emory University. Nadia Samuel began in May 2023 as our registration clerk. She was an eligibility specialist at New York City Human Resource Administration prior to joining SUNY Westchester. And thank you. Finally, Dr. Nafisa Graham-Brown joined us in June 2023 as the director of our Center for Financial and Economic Education. If you haven't met Nafisa yet, I encourage you to do so. She's looking forward to working with all of you and empowering our students in their own financial wellness. Thank you so much. It's my privilege to introduce Dr. Gina Gaines, Executive Director of the Educational Opportunity Center.
Good afternoon. It is a real pleasure to see so many colleagues back in person, and it is an honor to introduce a dozen new members of the Westchester Educational Opportunity Center. Mr. Andre Pennacook, many of you will know him, see him, and he's Westchester Community College basketball coach, and we have also added him as our division coordinator for operations just this past June. Andre holds a Bachelor of Business Administration and Marketing from Iona College and a master's degree in Sports Business Management from Manhattanville College. Ms. Ariel Ortiz-Morton joined us as a full-time instructor counselor in April after being with us for 3 years as an adjunct counselor. Ariel holds a Master's of Art and Masters of Education in Counseling in Psychology from Columbia University Teachers College. Welcome, Ariel. Mr. Nelson Martinez joined us in May in the role of instructor counselor also. Nelson holds a Bachelor in Political Science from Manhattanville College and a MS-ED in Counseling from Long Island University. Ms. Wilda Luciano joined us in late September of 2022 in the role of Program Specialist for Communications and Recruitment. Wilda holds a bachelor's degree in psychology from the College of New Rochelle. Mr. Dwight Gonzalez joined us in October of 2022 in the role of Program Specialist for Enrollment. Dwight holds a Bachelor of Arts in Business Management from Quinnipiac University. Ms. Christine Brennan joined us in October 2022 as a Program Specialist for Partnerships. Christine holds a Bachelor's in English from the College of Holy Cross. We welcome her, even though she's not here today. Ms. Evelyn Val joined us in March in the role of Eligibility Clerk, Spanish speaking. Evelyn holds a bachelor's degree in psychology from Lehman College. Ms. Akila Thomas joined us in April 2023 in the role of Office Assistant in our Academic Affairs Department. Akila comes to us from the Department of Social Services and is a graduate of Westchester EOC as well. Mr. Luis Kinde joined us in May in the role of Lead Technical Assistant for Educational Technology. Louise holds a bachelor's degree in cybersecurity from Western Connecticut State University. Okay. Ms. Kokulaba Koku Jereza Mujengoma joined us in June in the role of Account Clerk. Coco, as we call her, holds a Bachelor of Science in General Accounting from Mercy College. This person will also be familiar to some of you. Miss Eileen Brown joined us just a few weeks ago in the role of Employment Counselor. Eileen is a former WCC employee and holds a Bachelor of Psychology from Mercy College and an MS degree in Counseling and Development from Long Island University. And Ms. Carmen Rios Reyes was promoted in August to the role of Junior Administrative Assistant in the Executive Director's Office. Carmen previously worked as an office assistant, Spanish speaking, in our Student Affairs Office and holds a bachelor's degree in Business Administration with a major in Secretarial Sciences from the University of Puerto Rico. Welcome.
Well, our college really is growing with all those new hires, all those new personnel. If you're like me, after 5 names, your brain goes to mush and you can't hold it anymore. But welcome to all the new personnel, and congratulations to those who got promotions. So that brings us to the very end of our program. I'd like to thank you for being here. I look forward to working with you as we commence this academic year. I look forward to seeing you at Faculty Senate. And I'd like to thank Nikki Rutledge. Nikki, are you still up there? You might think I planned this program, but no, I did not plan this program. I just put the suit on and wrote a speech. Nikki planned the whole thing. So I'd like to give her another warm round of applause. And the first Senate meeting will be next Wednesday at this time, from 11 to 1 in Science 102, September 27th. All are welcome. It's an open meeting. Anyone can attend. So please stick around. We do have time. I didn't look at the clock, but I think we have a half hour before 1, if I see that correctly up there. And we do have refreshments. So feel free to stick around and get to know the new colleagues and chat a little bit. And I'll see you out there. Thank you again.